You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby.
So we are back. Damn it! I tried not to come in with saying so. Fuck. All right. Season 2 of Whatever by Hektek, episode 1. We're back with a. I don't know. I don't know how this season's gonna roll. It's definitely gonna be shorter than last season because last season was fucking crazy as far as episodes go. But we're here. We're back. Another circle around the globe and all that. I'm joined by two guests. One I know very well. The other one I only know from Twitter. However, we're going to introduce Bella first. Ladies first. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and tell people a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be episode 1 of season 2. Let's kick it off. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me so much. It's cool to finally chat. Like you said, we know each other from Twitter for like several years now.
Yeah.
My name's Bella Vendetta. I've been in the adult industry for more than 20 years. I think this is 23 that we're rolling up on. It's really wild that is true. I have a varied history as a performer, a producer, a director. I have been a featured dancer, been a house dancer, a stripper, managed a strip club, and come fully around. And I now run a webcam studio. So that is how I spend most of my days. I have a background as a photographer and videographer as well. But these days, like most of that energy is going to the cam studio and promoting the models and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's always nice to chat with like fellow producers who take things seriously and are professionals. I love that.
Yeah, it's so hard. So far in between. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Zoe. Go ahead and tell the people who you are and where they can find you at. Well,
So,
yeah, who you are.
yeah, I want to introduce myself. I am thankful to be season 2, episode 1. I am Alphonso Layz, the owner, producer, talent manager of Cornbread Incorporated. Uh, Built this company about 6 years ago now, and we've just been pushing. You can find me at cornbreadinc.com, or you can find me on Twitter under Alphonso Layz. And if you're looking for the music, you can go to YouTube and type in ODUBBY 33.
Okay. So, are y'all prepared for the craziness that is about to come for this next hour and a half, 2 hours that I have your attention?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
I don't know
Okay.
if I'm prepared, but I'm gonna like give it my best. I'm here. I'm like totally open to whatever's gonna happen.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Cool. So, Bella, this one's for you. Um, I know we have corresponded back and forth about a certain climate, and we're just going to start off with still photography, right? With the climate of today's quote unquote models and how it just changed over the years to now it's like so what can I say, selfish, self-entitled, me, fuck everybody else. I don't care that you took the picture. It's not about you. It's about just me and my face and my image and or me. So I know we have talked one time before about how we feel like there's a certain clientele that we're no longer trying to gear towards, and it's unfortunate because it's the industry that we're in. But tell me how you got from where you love the passion of photography to where you're now at right this second.
It's definitely been a journey. Wow, has it? Like
Yeah.
I I didn't really start calling myself a photographer until 2020 when I got a grant for photography, and then I figure I guess I can claim that title. Like people are giving me a lot of money to do some projects, and the projects were a study of sex workers in New England during COVID and how they were coping, how the strippers were coping, and masked nude art nudes and like strip dances on trees in the woods and like whatever the fuck we were doing to survive. And that was really important to me. For me, it was like this super important project, like helping my community. I'm trying to sell the prints and get back. I'm raising money at the same time. And I think that project is what I can say killed the love.
Damn.
Because none of the models saw it the same way I did at all. They were just like after free OnlyFans content at that point in time when OnlyFans was like blowing up. And putting shit out without tagging me, cropping off watermarks, like the typical bullshit. And it really makes me sad because sex workers love to like complain about bad customers, and then they would turn around and do the exact same shit to me. Show up late, haggle on price, ask me for the pictures 5 million times, do not credit me, like all the bullshit that they would complain about that like a customer would do. So I just started being really selective at first about who I would work with. And that's why I say now it's treasure cams models only, because I'm directly benefiting from the success we're going to get from whatever we create. I think I might still have some sex workers who might want to book me for something, but I feel my rates would probably be too much that they would want to pay.
Because it's not free.
Yeah, no, it's not for free. Not. My time is not for free. No.
Yeah. And anytime it's crazy that you say so many key points, because like you said, I found out, even working in the strip club myself, the worst tippers are strippers. They are like, when they order food, they feel like, oh, no, you did your job. And then we'll full circle be like, we work for tips and tips alone. Like, so does this other person. You're going to give them a shitty tip because you're a shitty person. So it's crazy that you say that, and also how they probably won't be able to afford you because it's not free. Yeah. As much as they sit up on Twitter and talk about my rates, my price, my work, it's always theirs until it's yours. And then it's like, well, what can we work out? I have this much followers. You're going to, benefit off of this. And and I hate to say it like this, I've yet to benefit off of any free shoot that I've ever done for anybody.
I've had a few great models. I'll name drop Morgan Fay right now if you're listening to this, because I've done trade shoots with her where she'll go on Facebook and write like, what a great experience she had. You should book her. And people do end up booking me and paying my rate because they read about it. But that's like one in how many, that I tried. It just never really works out for the publicity. That shit, it doesn't work out in any industry. I've had my fingers in many industries. I don't think it works out for anything that, that it's okay to do some free things if you really think hard about it and create a plan of what you're going to do and ask the 3 questions. How is it going to benefit you? Are you going to make any money? Are you going to be exposed to new clientele from it? And if there's a yes to all 3, then maybe think about it. But if it's just like, maybe someone with 100 followers might see my pictures, that's probably not worth it for me, All
right. So this is a wild question I have coming right back at you. And I already knew I was going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on you and who you are. If you could change one thing about your photography journey, what would it be and why?
I'm going to be embarrassed to admit it because you're going to say, Bella, that's so fucking stupid. Why did you do that? You know better than that. And I regret this forever.
I've done a lot of stupid things too. So we're in the same playing field.
When I first got my studio, a beautiful studio with north facing light, with huge, beautiful windows overlooking a pine forest and a stream, like you couldn't ask for anything better. But I was so nervous that I wouldn't be able to book enough stuff to pay for it. And so I sent an email to like probably the 12 best customers I had that were models and said, if you sign on with me for 12 months, I will do a photo shoot for you for $100 every month just to keep the lights on. And I think 4 or 5 people signed up for that.
Mm-hmm.
The most like headache inducing horrible decision. I will never do that shit. No photo shoot is worth $100. I will just never do it ever, ever. It didn't even begin to cover my costs or pay me a livable wage. There's just, you know,
So what was the headache?
because of course those people who I looked at it as like I'm doing you a favor, I'm doing a lot of work for $100, and they looked at it as they were doing me a favor. So they would like show up late, cancel at the last minute, bring 5 million outfits and be like, okay, $100, well, I'm gonna shoot this, like have a whole list, like want a video in there as well, and just like the most.
Oh, they milk it. Right.
Yeah, and they really took advantage. I felt at the end, I felt like I just totally got taken advantage. I'll never do that shit again. That was a mistake.
Yeah. No, that's definitely. I don't think it's stupid because we all have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten to the point now. I've had models hit me up, like actual still models, and they're like, "Well, this is my rate."
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're getting too close to my hand job rate. I'm cool. I read it. You know what I mean? Because who's making no? I mean, bless those that are right. But it's so far in between that we are actually making money off of photos, like reselling of photos.
Yes. So now
I don't need them.
Like now I actually make more. I'm on a 2-year photo residency right now at Arrowhead, which is Herman Melville's home, because I make more money taking pictures of trees, and they do not talk back, and they do not require constant like reassurance. And I don't have to pose them and tilt their head and tell them to open their eyes and everything. They're just there and they're beautiful, and I take pictures of them, and I make more money than arguing with.
Have you noticed too when you do a photo shoot of the girls with the big ass lashes? You'd be like, open your eyes. They'd be like, they are open. Are they? Like you look. I hate when they do that and are high because it's fucked.
I take a lot of fetish pictures, so I'll be shooting with a lot of doms.
Yeah.
And the thing doms do is that they think that you need to look mean, and so they all they all make this face like squinting their eyes, and it's not cute. No one wants to see that, and you don't have to make that face to look mean, and you don't have to look mean to be a dom, but they don't. So that's a hard one for me.
Yeah. What about the tilting to the head? Like, they're always like this.
Well, it's always like this, the looking up the nose, and I'm like, bring your chin just a little.
Or they're looking down. It's never like straight. No, hey, I need you like this. We could get into those other stuff later on, but yes, just like this.
But when I got a good model who knows what the fuck they're doing, I can really have a joyous time doing that.
I just had one, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, it's crazy when you're the photographer thanking the model, like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's been so refreshing having someone who knows how to pose, who knows how to take direction, even as obscure as it may be. Because sometimes we'd be like, do this little thing here where you tilt it. We don't fucking know, you know what I mean? And they're able to read it, able to, perform it, and get multiple shots in an hour, dressed out of here, good, bam. And when you look, I always know it's a good shoot when I have such a hard time figuring out what to edit.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow.
Last shoot in the studio before I moved, and I was like, I really, really thank y'all. It was 2 models, and they were in a real life relationship, and they were so comfortable, and it was so cool, and thank you for reminding me why I like doing this. This was a joy to do.
And those are the ones that I am like, wow, this is why I got into this. This is what drove me to this. And then you get the other ones.
Yes. Well, it's a trap, because then I start thinking, I should do this more. This is so great. I can make good money doing this. I know enough people. And then it's like, the next shoot will be a disaster. The model will fly in late. They'll have stayed up for 3 nights partying the day before, have bags under their eye, and then I'm like right back to, oh yeah, okay, no. I'm just going to do right now. My formula for the past almost 5 years has been 1 big feature a year. Mm-hmm. And I shoot some little things off it, but that it gives me time to plan it, to really take care of it, to promote it correctly, and not just like be churning out scenes and scenes and scenes is not my style.
Okay. So now, what got you into the camming side of
I mean, money, which is what gets me into probably anything, you know?
it? Yeah.
Just I think I was a house dancer at the time that I got recruited for cam. Like stuff like that doesn't happen that much these days anymore, but I totally got recruited for cam by a porn star who had her own studio and taught me exactly how not to run a studio and how not to treat people.
Oh, she was the example.
Yeah, she was absolutely the example. You would think, oh, it's because it's a woman run and she's a performer. It's like, that means hardly anything to me. I've been mistreated by every genre of person in this industry.
Right.
So it was not a good experience, but the money was really good for me. And, you know, I was like feature dancing, traveling here and there and putting in like 7, 8 hours a night at a club. And then I can make that same amount of money, not leaving home.
Not leaving. Right.
Yeah, that's fun. Sometimes I would wake up at like 6 in the morning and go on cam for like 4 hours, make a bag, then go to the club and get the cash. And like I was just living life at that time.
Right.
Young
I
and
never understood the one-dimensional sex worker. The one that's like, no, I started off at camp, so this is all that I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else. Or the strippers that, no, I'm just going to dance and everything else is whatever. And it's like, why don't you try to make money in all of it, whatever you're comfortable with, and then build your brand that way. Like,
all the ways. That's what I've been
yeah,
doing. But now, and I love to keep data on things and look at numbers and see trends. And when I really took a hard look at it, it was like, I make the most money camming. This is like the steadiest income as long as I'm steady with it. And so I don't ever like to recruit someone for the studio and be like, only cam, because that's not how you should do it.
right.
In fact, you should have backup incomes and other sites you're on and other things you're doing. But I do think it's smart to choose one thing at a time to focus on, because that's how you can make really, really good, serious money. And that's not to say you have to do that forever. But like, I certainly made, when I was like focused on clips, laser focused on it, I was making a lot of money. Making like $1,000 a week at my height of clip selling. But shit, was I working so hard? I was churning that shit out. Like, it was zapping the creativity. It wasn't what I wanted. So I'm sure I'll change what I want again in another 5 years.
No, it's definitely. Zoe, so not to leave you out, I just wanted to dig a little deep into Bella and her expertise, and we started off similar, so I need to hear that. For both of you, I'll ask Zoe first. What do you think is one of the major detriments to the sex work industry right
When you mean detriment, what do you mean? Like what's the most important, or you mean like what's changing?
now? I would say what has made it worse? Like what has made it bad? What has made it no longer fun? In a lot of our eyes.
So from my personal perspective, I can go with about three things. I can say what has really changed our industry is vanity, big time. Vanity has changed our industry a lot. Not only vanity, but um, fabrication, because we live in the matrix. So with all of the applications that we use, from Twitter to Instagram to Reddit to fan base to all of these other sites, loyal fans consistently, right? I think the clout chasing, clickbait, the numbers game, I think that is our biggest problem, is that we're no longer celebrated for the quality of work. we're more pushed on the quantity, and that quantity is not a valued process. I've always said it, and you know I've said it from the beginning of time, even after the fact that me and you have worked together and you've shot a scene on a cell phone. I do not like if I can go on any site, X videos or whatever, and I'm on my laptop and it looks like I'm watching it on my cell phone. It takes away the quality. It takes away the fascination. I don't have nothing wrong with the amateur side of things, but I think even with the amateur side of things, a professional eye should be put on it, because now we've taken it from being more of a taboo thing with respect to more of a sexy red type thing with raunchiness and ghetto-ness, and it just doesn't. And that's not to downgrade it. It's just that the fans don't know what they like if we're consistently pushing a bad product. Same thing with music. The fans will never know that this is good music because we're consistently being force-fed bad music.
And what was the third thing?
Hype. Hype. Like I said, clout and hype is the worst. When you're in these cliques and you're in these circles and you're around all of these cliques in these circles, the value of a quality performer can be downgraded from one bad experience from someone who's never going to admit the truth.
That's fact. It's definitely fact. I tell people all the time, no one gives a fuck about the truth. They just care who told the story first.
I mean, personally for me, my experience with this professional talent is not going to be the next person's experience. So for a group of women to follow within what's been said, that kills any opportunity of anybody actually getting any work done. Because now you have to consistently try to prove yourself as a professional. And then you're getting to a point where I've had female talent that I've contacted directly and said, hey, look, my fans have reached out to me and I know they've reached out to you. I would love an opportunity to work with you. Mm-hmm. And they will go to my page, see all of the accolades and everything that I have going on and go, oh, no, I can't work with you. But when I go to their page, it's all clickbait.
Yeah,
it's not porn, it's clickbait.
Yeah, it's short little dick sucking clips or twerking or this or that. Yeah, it's no, and then there's no real links to go and view the full product.
Not because there's no quality anymore. Everything is
not thinking about marketing. They're literally thinking about the cloud. Like there's no thought process of how can I make the most money. It's how can I get the most attention. You know?
Well, I mean, and that's the part of vanity that bothers me about what we've come into, because me and Hektek have known each other. It's been a long time now. And Hektek can tell you from day one of me meeting him, I'm an open book. I am willing to share not only the knowledge, but I am willing to share the connection, because I feel like we all should be able to eat. But in me saying that, there are other talents that'll go, oh, no, I'm not helping. No, you can't eat over here. Even though all of us have different fan bases, they feel like if I could close the door for him to eat, he's not gonna eat over here, not knowing that you can't stop, for one, a hustler, and you can't stop a person with true motivation and ambition.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Right. No, 100%.
Yes, but a lot of people I think in the industry right now, it's probably at all-time high, don't have true motivation or discipline to make things happen. You know, they actually get into it because they think this will be the easiest money I ever make. They don't think about how hard, you know,
it is.
A business. They don't have a business mind about it. They don't treat it like a business, you know?
No, they like to say certain things like it's a business, but yeah. So Bella, same question.
What's like the worst thing about the industry right now?
Oh yeah, or what can you say contributed to it being what it is right now?
I mean, so I'm old. I might not look it, but I'm old and I've gotten to see it change. The worst thing that ever happened to the porn industry was tube sites, for sure. by and large. We trained our customer base to expect free shit to the point where they think that it's insane to ask for money for it. They don't think they should have to pay for it.
Right,
We
right.
did that. We did that ourselves. And now porn stars who watched that happen, who had money taken away, clamor to get to the site to get the most views on
because they started giving awards. They started giving awards away.
Yeah, it's wild. It's really, really wild. When I sign up people for CAM, the initial interview, I ask everyone, what is your goal? And if you say, which many people do, I don't know, I don't really know. And sometimes it's because they don't know what's possible. And sometimes it's because my goal is clout. That is the goal. So I always say, don't be afraid to say the goal is clout or money, because I can't help someone if I don't know truly what you're after. And I will always be better at helping people whose goal is money and a career out of this industry.
Right, because clout's not a tangible thing. It's not.
No.
It's make believe.
No.
Like, do I want to walk down the fucking street and people be like, "Oh, there goes Hektek"? Like, not really. But do I want to wake up and be like, you know what? I want to buy a new TV, or I want to buy a new car, or I want to buy a new home, or I want to invest in this, or I want to do that. Clout doesn't make that shit happen.
No, and I wish people paid more attention. These are the questions I ask when I think someone's real smart in this business and I could learn something. You have to ask the real questions. How much money do you have? Do you own property? What kind of car are you driving? What's in your savings account? Like, how many hours a week do you put in? If the answers are, I don't know, I get up whenever, I make
You're
good
already
money.
telling me, yeah.
Tell me everything I gotta know. Exactly.
I used to when a model would come to me wanting to get into this industry, I would give them 3 tasks. 3 simple tasks. Find a model name, create one. Create a Gmail with that same model name, and Twitter, right? Those 3 things, which would take all of. Coming up with a name could take a little while, but let's, for shits and giggles, say this is maybe an hour's worth of real work, right? Most of them wouldn't even get past the model name.
I know. As someone who signs up models, boy, do I know. And I say to everyone, give me 3 variations in case it's taken. And also, here's a link to an article I wrote about how to come up with a good name and how to make sure it's not being used. Do they read it?
No.
No.
I would see people go to models and be like, "You want to make $5,000 a month?" And models like, "Yes." And go to that person, right? Knowing damn well he can't promise $5,000 a month because he don't even have the connections to make that shit. Especially in today's economy, most mainstream models now are not getting booked as often as people think they're getting booked.
I know.
Right?
People, huge. And then to talk about the clout, people with hundreds of thousands of followers are begging for pennies on GoFundMe. So the numbers don't mean shit.
100%. 100%. I see it all day, every day. Eviction, GoFundMe's, this, that, this happened, all kind of shit, right?
I'm sitting over here controlling my conversation because you already know they already ready to blackball me.
So it's the little, if you can't show me that you have some ambition, I don't even need you to have a lot, just some. Because I'm too grown to sit here and hold your hand and walk you through every step of this process. And why is it's those that you do walk every step of the process, as soon as they get good, they're gone.
Yes.
Oh, they don't. Oh, okay. Hektek knows this, and a few other people know this. There are 3 big name female talent that I personally brought in, built up. They won't even speak my name at an interview.
Yeah.
Not one. But recently one did, because she said, it's respect. But the other 2, oh, they hate me now. because the circle that they got around was people that was like, oh, we can't stand them. Even though I gave them the opportunity to come in, pay attention to how these pages are being turned. And you can start finding out how to build your own book. Oh yeah, they turned this as soon as the pages turned and the wind blew and somebody else came over with some clout, it changed the whole narrative. So now I personally am 10 times more guided on who and how I promote certain things.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna give you the big time push and then you turn it back on me and be like, Alfonso, who? No, we
Right.
never going there again. We
Bro,
never going there again.
bro, I've literally got people bookings where they ran the bag up for a week.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is why I started the studio, for real, when 2020 hit, I had to put so many people on and made them so much money to never even get a thank you, to not get a $5, to not come to my show, to not do any support to me. That when 2020 hit, I spent there was 2 days in a row where I was sweating, doing 10-hour days, helping my friends who couldn't work at the club get online. And then I was like, why am I doing this and making zero money? I'm not even going to do that anymore. That's it. You can call me a gatekeeper and a hater. I don't care. If you want to know all the secrets, recipes to success, I'm going to get a portion of the profits and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I think I did at first. I felt like a little pimpy, a little like I'm taking from the workers and maybe how I probably felt as a worker. But when I'm putting in 40 hours a week, my famous line to models now is I can't be putting more time in your career than you are. And I
Right.
put 3 hours a weekend. So, and I have office hours and I'm very disciplined with my time. So I need you to be too, if we're going to really do it and make the money.
And I get that, right? No one wants to feel like they're getting pimped. But the 9 to 5s, they're pimping you.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
The
yeah.
studios, pimping you.
Yes.
The managers, pimping you. The agents, pimping you. The boyfriend, pimping you. The girlfriend, pimping you. Everyone's pimping you. Pimp does not necessarily mean I tell you to go out here and do this and you come back and be like, here, daddy, here's the money. Nah, sometimes the pimp you is to say, hey, I know me personally can't get into this room. I know by having you, I can now get into this room.
Yep.
There's these husbands that are definitely pimping the fuck out of their wives.
Oh man. I, oh, but once again, it's about strategy.
Mhm.
It's always about a strategy. So we look at things from, like you say, a pimp's perspective. I look at things from a business minded, logical perspective. I know for a fact that if I had a wife and she was a hot wife, and I know, look, she could pull in, let's say she could pull in 10 grand a month. I can work a regular 9 to 5, guarantee myself a pension. She's getting this 10,000 a month because she's partying her ass off and enjoying life. Now I'm looking at how do we turn this 10,000 a month into equity and into value? Because yeah, it's great to make the 10 grand, but if you think in 10 months you make 10 grand a month, that's 100,000. If I go 12 months, that's 120. Say I take 12 of that and we invest in a laundromat that's going to guarantee us residual money all the time. And all we have to do is pay a manager to manage it. Now you just boosted your stock an extra 60,000 without her having to go do extra now. It's about building that process. A lot of these people, they just party and they don't give a fuck. They want to party. Fuck it.
Well,
Enjoy it.
or getting the residual pussy because you have a hot wife or hot girlfriend,
Oh,
and which is
yeah.
going to bring other hot wives, hot girlfriends, and now you're no longer the cameraman. Now all of a sudden oops, my dick's in the video. Oh, how did this happen? And
Ooh.
and
It's
more
such a
more people don't talk
career
about the predatorial mindset that is, and how you're now putting not only your wife in a bad position, but the other model, because the other model's like, I really didn't plan on sucking no dick because that's not what we talked about, but because I'm cool with her and she seems okay with it, then okay, I guess what could it hurt?
Yep. I've been that model. I've been that model before. And for me now, when I've got a model on treasure cams and I'm seeing their career go like this, and they can figure out, this is my budget, this is my goal, this is the stretch goal, this is the dream goal, and they're getting to that dream goal stage, and we're talking about, all right, let's make a plan of what you're going to do with this money. And then they're like, I got a boyfriend, he's coming to this convention. And I'm like, no, please, no, you're going to ruin everything. You're
And
gonna,
then
100% of the time, it's like within a year, you watch them make a ton of money and it just goes nosedive.
Yeah.
So I have, you know, you're gonna make me laugh, right? Oh my God. There's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. She's amazing, beautiful, nice tats, body is right. Me and her have shot about 2 good scenes with another company.
oh,
She literally posts, I hate this motherfucker. And then like a week later, she's like, I'm engaged in this, go time. And I'm like, personally for me, I'm laughing because I'm gonna just say the other girl's name, Harley Dean. When Harley Dean was really, really getting it, oh my fucking God. I mean, yo, booked it, set it up, I was ready. Oh, I'm engaged to be married. What the? Yo, you finna blow all your money on this bullshit. And then guess what? She MIA for like 4 years. And then all of a sudden, she popped back up on 101's website. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
You broke up with the guy?
Oh no, they're divorced now. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, it happened that fast.
Right.
The one thing I keep telling everybody is, and this is not disrespectful, if she was already in the streets and you tried to take her in the house, the streets are calling. They've been calling because that's what she was. You can't take her from the streets to the house and say, sit your ass down. Remember, this is who she was before you even came into the picture.
What was it? That one basketball player that just caught his wife with the OnlyFans and was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Motherfucker, this is how you met me." Like
Joe Smith.
Yeah. Like shit. You know, you've seen me tooted up on these videos before. That's how you came around. So nah, 100%.
I just laugh about these things because men get ridiculed all fucking day about saying that the women are unstable in our industry. We get ridiculed for saying that, oh yeah, she ain't gonna be around no more than 6 months. We're not bullshitting, but we get ridiculed for it because it's all about their narrative and the perception that's been put out there. You can be the baddest woman in the game. Love you. I'm talking about, oh my God. As soon as you find the right simp, yeah, we probably will see you in 3 years. Three. I give 3 years. I give 3 now.
I've literally done it. I got married to a man and did the same thing. Oh, I guess I'm not going to do hardcore for a while anymore. Oh, I guess I can't give lap dances now at the club. It's fucking a waste and it's never going to last. That's part of who I am. I enjoy the work. I loved it at the time, you know. And
so was the streets calling?
Oh, at that time, yeah. Oh, I was, I was all over the place. But now, you know, I'm old and I'm married again. I have a wife and she used to be a cam model with me.
Yeah.
She made really good money. She was a top earner and she decided, I don't want to do this anymore. She had Cam put her through college. She did her GI Bill because she's a veteran.
Yeah.
She makes hella money and she's very happy, you know, and now, and like, she'll never dampen my spirit on what I do. She's totally supportive of what I do. And we just build together. We bought our first property together this year. Like, I'm not against being married, but man, she's like a special,
rare, right? No,
yes.
and it's that's what I'm saying. So it can happen. You can come into this industry and you can meet the love of your life and y'all can build and then y'all can disappear and be happily ever after. Mm-hmm. It is possible. However, when you have people that already have a very warped sense of what a relationship is to begin with, and put this industry and the mental that goes into this industry and the dudes that they encounter, how you gonna fuck? I've seen a lot of husbands. How you gonna wanna fuck all these big brawly black guys on film but your husband's a fucking dweeb in real life.
You know what? I had said it. I said the funniest thing that bothered me when I first, because at first in the industry, I came in hardcore, right? Because my rookie year was like my hardest year in porn. I had to do a lot of shit that I didn't want to do to earn my way, right? Because that's what they said. They said, if you can't fuck these type of women, you're definitely not gonna get these type of women. But as time has progressed, I see predators and grimlocks shooting with goddamn supermodels, and I'm going, wait a minute, bro, this is cheating. I couldn't do this shit. And they're going, yeah, he might be ugly as fuck and look like a troll, but he got a 12-inch dick. I mean, what can you do? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's about her.
And
So
100 followers.
I was
And
gonna say,
100,000 followers.
she got 100,000 followers. He probably got about what shit 80,000 now because once they find the ugliest motherfucker, they make him a fucking star. That's
Yeah.
Anybody who argues with me, read the text on anything that's posted on Twitter right now on X.
I
Read the text.
think probably this year's like the hardest year to be a male performer in porn anyway, like
Why do you say that?
because so many men ruin it for the good ones. There's so many scumbags that are in the industry that ruin it. And then for the few people that are genuine and professional, they don't get a chance because everyone's guard is up on everyone all the time.
You know what?
I've seen that, and I will counter that, right? I see all the time, we see where female talent's like, I'm going to be at such and such. I'm looking to shoot. Must be established male talent, blah, 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 right? And you're like, that sounds great. That sounds very business minded, very professional of you. And then you see them shoot with Slick Dick Willie 99. No links, no professional cell phone shit, music in the background, the whole nine. And then you'd be like, but wait, I thought you wanted established males and you wanted all this other thing that you said that you wanted, but Slick Dick Willie 99 has none of those shits.
Yeah, but he might have $900 in your Cash App,
Ooh,
See,
Bella.
see,
okay.
see,
okay, Bella.
Now let me counter that. let me counter that.
Yeah.
My counter is this. If he got $900 in his Cash App, why the fuck she coming to the professional motherfuckers that she asked to look for the same money that Slick Dick, no name trash bag, has just paid her? Knowing that me and her working together is totally different because we're both established, this motherfucker has no reign.
Mm-hmm.
That's my counter, because you have to understand, I've seen some of the most beautiful women shoot some of the most trash shit I have ever seen. And then when it comes time for me to approach with a booking in mind, not even collab, just a booking in mind.
No, I want to pay you. I want to get this shit.
They go, did you talk to my agent? Did he?
I don't know.
Did he?
Really? Right.
Like that's my quick response. Did he talk to your fucking agent? Because I seen that shit on Twitter, and that shit, I got cameras.
They might have, because the agents are such scumbags too. They might say $900 is $900. Sure, go ahead, shoot Big Dick Willie. I get my 20% or whatever it is.
Oh no. Agents are dickheads now. Agents want $100 to talk to them. Yeah. Then they still want they little 20% from her when you book her. So I'm like, I'm never been against booking agents, right? Never been against them. But I've heard and seen personally at events, these agents is fucking the girls for free to get them shoots. Yeah. So how is this benefiting a male talent who's actually established? It doesn't. Because now we're against the fence at all times, and our guard has rabbits with electricity around them because we have to protect not only our image and our brand, we have to protect everything around us because if we don't video record her saying blah blah blah, I'm of sound, sane, and mind, and this is me performing this. Yo, she could disappear and come right back with a slander story that will destroy your name.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. It's a big problem. And I've seen it where a million girls a shit bag of dude.
And
then
never
they'll
met
say
the dude. And never met the dude.
never met him.
99% of the girls never met the dude. And they be like, they say some stupid ass shit like, he looks like the type. He said this. I knew. They gave me the it. And let's not even play. Certain people know the trigger words to say. I ain't feel safe. He coerced.
Yeah.
He crossed boundaries. He did this. He did that. Well, and then as soon as you be like, okay, well, can you explain to me what boundaries he crossed? Oh, are you victim shaming? No, I'm asking a fucking question.
Yes.
Well, you can't ask questions anymore because everybody's a victim. I mean, the MBN army, the MBN army is a horrible army, right? Because they're validating someone who's not even really a performer. They made this person a star through OnlyFans from being in their car in the where was that in the backyard of their house with a gate around it, faking like people trying to watch them play with a dildo.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to the point where I actually met the person, and when I met this person, they were empty because they collected so many negative things as a person that when you look at them, you can just see all of it is eating away because you channeled all of that negativity, and now your value may be big to the people that don't see you and they only see you on the Matrix. But when they see you in person, now they posting pictures about you saying, yo, she look dead inside. Because honestly, it's fucked up. You literally have soaked all of that up.
You remember when I called you and I was upset about a shoot that I had in Vegas and I mentioned the name and you like, oh yeah, it was because she was there. Her being in the room fucked your whole shit up.
It can literally, it's like in the studio now, my first couple of years, I think I was glad to have people in and I would deal with problematic people. And I kind of looked at it like the strip club, which had a lot of problematic actors involved, but they were all helping the place. But now I'm like, the first time you make me feel a little funny, like you're like, I think you might cause a problem. I'm going to note it. And the second time it happens, I will not let there be a third. That's just going to be the end of that. We don't have to do business with each other anymore. And there doesn't have to be any beef, but I don't want to get to the point where there is. So we're going to say our goodbyes because, you know,
what if they're a good earner? What if
doesn't
you
matter.
filming with them?
Out one of the highest earners. It does not matter to me. I don't care. I care about.
Because I've seen people talk cash shit. And I'm a person, Alphonso will tell you, if I say I ain't working with someone, I ain't working with that person.
You know that's right for me too.
I don't give a fuck if they lay $1 million in front of me. I ain't doing it, right? Because I stand on principle. But you have other people that say the same shit. Oh, this person, blah 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 blah. And you're like, okay, cool. And then 6 months down the road, wait.
You guys are taking pictures together now. I see.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I get blasted.
That's weird.
I get blasted for this. And you know why I get blasted for this, Heck. I don't take pictures with nobody I'm not working with.
Mm-hmm.
If we're at conventions and all of that, we can smile, we can conversate, cool. But as soon as somebody says, hey, let's get a picture. If I haven't worked with you, there's no purpose in me doing that. Because now my fans are going, where the fuck is the content? I cannot and will not let my brand, I can't attach my brand to you without work with you.
Why would
because now
that's good
it's a falsification of this picture. This picture's false.
Yes.
So with my followers and my brand, me and Hektek was at we were at an actual event back in 21. And there was a young lady there. And I was working with the other young lady. And I told this young lady, I said, hey, yo, look, I showed her the emails where my fans were like, yo, you two should work together. You know what I'm saying? I showed her these things because this is about business now. This ain't about conversation. And this ain't about me just wanting you because I want you. So I showed her all of these things. And her first response was, yeah, you know, my man really don't want me working with you. I don't know him. I don't even know the cat. Never met him. Never talked to him. Never had a conversation with him. No, nothing. But what? 2 years later, we're at AVN. He's shaking my hand saying, yo, bro, I love your work.
Oh,
Am I
shit.
offended? Am I offended? No, I'm not offended. What I understand is word of mouth from your man at the time is, I'm going to go smash whatever. You can't. You got parameters around you that I don't. So that's why I personally don't like the porn partner couples. I can't stand them because the female is obligated to this dude and she stops working. But he all over the country tearing it down. It makes no
Bro,
sense to
I've
me. It stops the
seen
logical money. It stops the money.
I've
It's a
seen
logical concept.
where a chick would be, you know, the unicorn, the nasty, nasty girl. The
Woo.
nasty, nasty girl, right? We love them, right?
Oh yeah.
She gets in a relationship. Now she only doing girl, girl,
Oh my God. Oh my God. You
right?
know who that reminds me of? Woo.
Cool. She's only doing girl, girl. That's fine, baby girl. I respect that. But now him, he is going through them.
Not only is he going through them, he's going through the girls that she do girl on girl with. He is partying. When I say having a fucking blast.
In fact, that's why he wants her to do girl girl, because for him it's just a free nonstop barrage of beautiful women he can fuck. Yeah.
Correct.
But the thing is, it doesn't create envy within the males that are actually businessmen. It doesn't create envy, right? It doesn't. It doesn't create envy or jealousy. It creates a conundrum of us going, this is why we ain't gonna work with them at this point, because now we see that it ain't about work. It's about fandom. It's about your buddy. It's about this. It's not about you working. And if I'm gonna be an asshole and say this, heck, and I know you're gonna hate me for it, but you're gonna love me for it too. If I see the fact that you are out here jambalaying, mixing it up with every goddamn body, and I know ain't no money coming from that shit. And the first time you hit me up and you ask me for a booking,
I'm
my
good.
response,
I'm
my
good on you.
response is I delete you from Twitter. You no longer can follow me. I delete you from Instagram. I delete you from everything. The reason why is because this is a business. It's not personal, and you just made it personal
Bro.
because you came to me for the money instead of saying let's work.
Bro, I've seen, and I'm not even mad when you ask me for the money. It just has to make sense, right? I saw a girl go to a content house, right? Go to a content house, getting dirt down,
Drag.
do it, cool. So I see her, and I'm like, hey, you know, I would love to work with you, blah 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 blah. Send her all my links, the whole thing. I said, this is all that I need. I don't even need sex from you. I don't need like full boy girl from you. This is the parameter I need. She tried to charge me $800 for a blowjob scene.
My bad. I've gotten that same push.
Oh,
My
that's not the
problem.
most. That's definitely not the most.
Oh no.
But
They go crazy.
yeah, yeah. And then when I was like, well, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I can't do that. It doesn't. I'm not even gonna make that shit back. Let's be honest, right? She was like, well, it's because I need to get tested and blah 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 blah. Have a great day. I'm good.
I'm gonna speak on that. And I know the lady can say this too. There's no way, unless you are a mainstream studio, you should be paying for a motherfucker's testing. There's no way. Because this is our job. You can't say you're prepared to do a job and you don't have the essential things to do the job. It does not make any sense.
Job. It's literally a cost of doing the job, you know. Like one of the
It-
first things I'll ask people is how much money do you want to make? And most people don't have a number. They're like, $1,000 a week. That's like the highest they could think it could go. And then I'll say, what's your bottom line budget that you need? They don't know. People don't even know how much money they need. If you're a content creator who's fucking, one of your budgeted items is a test. That's something you have to do your job.
A test. And the excuse that testing is too expensive is no longer a thing anymore because there are other options.
Yeah.
Oh, plenty.
Because I still hate how people call TTS the industry standard, but they're not even pass certified anymore.
Mhm.
They haven't been for the last 5 years.
So make it make sense to me. You want me to go talent testing, but why? Because someone else told you this is where I need to go to get this same test that I could go over here and get the same results?
Because the truth is that a lot of people that get into the industry actually don't understand sexual health all that much, but they know that they've heard that talent testing will give them the test that they need. And now if you ask them, what did they test you for? They probably don't know the answer to that.
So my question with that, right? And it's not even a question. My problem with the way that everything transpired within the last 3 years is because of overcost, right? At one point, we had to pay $80 for COVID testing, right? And then when the COVID testing slowed down, because that's the extra COSAL, right? That's the extra cost of doing our job, right? Now, PASS all of a sudden comes out with, oh, we need MG. So when I go talk to my physician and I go, hey, listen, I need to get tested for all of these things. My physician looks at me and goes, who the fuck is testing for MGN? And I go, well, the industry standards have changed and now MGN, he said, listen, y'all trying to create a fucking superbug? He said, because what they're going to do is they're going to give you doxycycline and they're going to give you the other one. And after a while, this superbug is immune to this shit. Now you create a whole new conundrum. And I go, well, doc, this is, they said this and they said that. And he goes, who? So I show him the video and everything. And he goes, oh, they just poaching y'all for more money. He said that MGN shit was back in the fucking 80s. He said that we eradicated that shit. Who brought it back? So I told him who brought it back, showed him the girl's page, showed him everything. He said, I know why it came back. She plays with guys that plays with guys. That's where you're going to get your problem from. Soon as he said that, I said, okay, because now it's comfortable for the LGBTQ to be accepted across the board. And I'm cool with it. No problems. But I don't want to work with a woman that's willing to put me in jeopardy.
Well, there's a lot of them doing that because I wasn't even trying to go here. I like how the conversation is flowing. Who's to say someone goes and gets talent tested or whatever test, Clear, Empower, whomever, and then don't have a nightlighting gig right after they get a test?
Well, I think the real, you got to be careful what I say because everyone's going to come, Bella's horrorphobic now. Bella doesn't want people doing full service now. It's not that I don't want people doing full service.
Responsibly.
I come from a time where the porn performers were really separated. And so being in porn and getting tested, you didn't fuck outside of that circle because that was putting all of your coworkers at risk, or at least that's how I felt about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different now. So when you ask me why you don't do hardcore anymore, Bella, because it doesn't feel safe anymore to me.
No, that's why I limit my hardcore scenes to whom I'm like, okay, I know you, I've seen you, we're cool, you kind of have the same ideological, the same way of thinking that I have. Cool, we could do this. But I've walked the convention floor and had someone say while they were tested that they did a session and made sure to let me also know that they had a condom on. Well, first of all, I didn't ask you the first fucking question, and I sure the fuck didn't ask you the second fucking question. So the whole thing in my mind is, bitch, you're lying.
Because now you're willing to put me in jeopardy for a shoot. That that's my biggest issue with how we roll now. So I've been very, 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 very strict on how I play. Now I have to see if you've worked with someone on the opposite side of the table, you have to show me 3 months clean before I can even consider shooting with you. And what they're saying is, oh, you're becoming an asshole. No, I got kids at home and a life. And this is the only time I play because my partner that I did have was getting tested with me every time I got tested because it's about preventive maintenance. It's not about you. It's about preventive maintenance because any coworker that I work with, I want to make sure that they feel safe and that they're comfortable. So now I go into a house quicker than I would jumping at a convention because I know at that house, we all in this motherfucker at one time. And you can't roll out and go do your shit.
Well, I would say that's not 100%. It depends who's running the house and how they run the house. And two, are you really with the people in the house 24/7? You gotta,
Well, I mean,
you gotta
like
sleep.
you're right, but that's the reason why you put guidelines on the house.
I mean, okay, let me ask you this question.
Remember,
I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm gonna just be devil's advocate.
Okay.
On your highway, what's the speed limit?
My highway, 65, 70. You can boost. You can jump if you want to.
How fast do you go on there?
About 75, almost 80. I give it that 10. I give it that 10. I play that. I play within that 5 to 10 because it's permissible.
Cool. It's permissible too because I'm a fucking adult to be able to go and do what the fuck I want to do, and y'all gotta just suck this shit up. Whatever the rules of the house is, first of all, rules have to then be enforced. If I have a rule in place and I don't enforce it, the fuck I'm listening to you for? I paid money to get here. I did what the fuck I needed to do. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's gonna pay for my dinner. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, you paying for it, all right.
You see what I'm saying? So now, if there's a guideline, that's cool, but everyone does not adhere to guidelines. Let's be honest. And
No.
let's also think about this. The more people, the more likely that shit happens. When you have a closer, tighter, intimate circle, people ain't really leaving and going to do anything else. When you have motherfuckers that can walk in and out of this shit, when we've been on shoots where who the fuck is this person? Random people popping up. You can't prevent that.
No, but I say the closer and the smaller the organized group,
right,
the better outcome you will have.
However, I mean, this is my caveat to that. Now I got 10 fucking scenes of the same fucking person.
Nah, see, that's why you play it smart. So if we're here for say we're here for 2 days, right? 2 days.
Yeah.
There's 4 women, 3 guys. Right?
Okay.
Each one of us within that house, even though one of the guys is one of the female's husbands, and he's still tested. He's still tested because he plays fair, right? Say all of us get that shit rolling, and then we get a female that comes into the house. She's tested. She ain't on that other shit. And we can get, and there's so many different scenarios. We can do the pussy eating contest. We can do the full orgy. We can get the boy girl with one, boy girl with the other. We can do slick commercials with one. It's so many different variations of this that you play it smart enough that you don't overlap so many scenes with one person. But remember, that's within organized confusion. A lot of people don't think like that.
Mhm.
They
And
will
also,
never
I
think
know
like
that tech is smart enough to not shoot stuff and then put it all out the next day. Like you hold stuff back so that
Bro,
it's always the same performance.
there are people before you hit the fucking door. You don't even got to come off of your dick good enough, and the video's already up. You're
Oh, yeah.
like, damn. And that's also the people that I've started paying attention to too, because then I'm like, yeah, I don't want to work with you. I'm
Yeah.
done with you.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's where it comes in, where me, you, and the beautiful lady here, we've gotten so deep into our business mind that ownership matters 10 times more than share, right? I've had females come to me and say, hey, yo, let's do a paid trade. And I go, what the fuck is that?
Paid
Oh, well, you can give me half my rate and we can shoot the scene and share the scene.
That's double dipping.
Yeah.
And I'm going, and I'm going, what the fuck did you just say? And they go, yeah, we can do paid and trade. And I'm going, listen, first off, who the fuck you talking to? Because if I pay you, it belongs to me. You're gonna sign everything and we're gonna be done with this. There's no way if you want to charge 1,000, you're gonna charge me 500 and you're still gonna get it. Nah, fuck no. Guess what? We fucking on the discount because your pussy ain't no more important than my dick, and we both gonna make this shit work. It's just a fuck that. Because if I'm going for, all right, bet. So this is how we gonna work it. If I gotta pay you 500, you pay me 500. We cut it at 0. Now let's get the scene done.
Bro, I've had where a girl gave me her rate, and I'm like, okay, cool, and then be like, oh, you do photography, right? I'm like, yeah. Okay, well, we could do that for trade. Oh, excuse me? So you're telling me that you want me to pay you and then me turn around and serve you for free? I'm good.
I've had female talent actually come to me and go, hey, look, since we shooting this scene together, why don't you go ahead and send me that promo? Wait, you got the scene too, right? So I'm finna sit here, bust it down, break it, rack up a dope ass promo, and I'm gonna send it to you so you can post it before I do. You got just the same amount of knowledge that I got. But this is the thing. This is how I played it. If we shoot together and you want a rate for me and you to shoot, I need a rate for me to edit, for me to post it, for me to break it down, for me to color grade it, for me to make sure the audio sounds good, for me to make sure that the quality of the transitions are intact. Pretty much it might as well be an even kill, baby, because the cost of me spending that amount of time to crack and rack this video and bust a promo with a cover photo, everything that's going to come with it, you might as well crack even with me and we just call it even.
This
because
camera,
at some point,
this camera alone, when it first came out, about $2,000. I got
that's
two
the
of them.
DSLR, right? That's the DSLR.
This a mirrorless. I got two of them.
Mm.
The lens, about 400-500.
Yep.
This is about 80. Do the math.
Yeah.
Mind you, I got two cameras.
That's
I got about five lenses.
Time, though. That's just the equipment. That's not even your time spent.
Correct. Correct. And you want me to do this shit for free?
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. I'm good. I'll stay home and play PlayStation. I have 2 games on pre-order for this month that I want to be locked in. I'm good. I don't need to leave the house.
No.
Whew. You know the greatest part about what you just said is, right? I get people that hit me up and they go, hey, you coming to this event? And I go, all right, let me see the talent list. You know what I'm saying? Send me who's gonna be there. I started looking at the list and now I'm evaluating. Is it worth me leaving that Saturday 10-hour overtime check on the table to spend money to go down here to fuck off and to actually work with people that just don't fit my brand? Nah, I'm cool.
Bro, that's why I'm not going to no convention. There's
2K
3 conventions
about to come out.
There's 3 conventions I'm going to next year. 3.
Shoot 'em.
The rest of them shits, I don't give a flying fuck about because I can take the same money for the ticket, the place to stay, food, all that shit. I might as well just hire a model or two to come here,
Make money.
and there's going to be more quality and more control, and I don't have to
What I
do the schmoozing
Yeah.
anymore.
and the mass confusion because you can say we gonna shoot, and then the next day you asking me if I'm gonna stay until Monday because you was too fucked up on coke or whatever the fuck it was to be on time. Nah, I'm cool. Good. You know what I'm going to? I'm going to ADN.
Yep.
I'm going to XBiz. I gotta go.
Yep.
You know, XBiz is my shit.
XBiz
And
is
yeah, XBiz Miami. I always
mhm.
do my XBiz Miami. So ADN, XBiz Miami. But after I do ADN, I always do Exotica Chicago because I'm from Milwaukee. I always go home and see moms and kick it with my family. And I bring my brothers to the convention because, you know, they want to see ass and titties too. So it's a family thing at that one. But DC and Jersey, they're right down the street. So I always go to them because they're right down the street. They're like, what, 4 hours in lap time? But outside of that, when they be talking about Exotica Miami, hell no. You crazy.
I
You
went
talking
to
about
Miami
X3 in Los
Exotica
Angeles?
twice, and
Yeah,
both
no.
times was way disappointed. I'm not
Yeah.
doing it again. No.
And
Okay.
and there's
But I started saying I'll go to a convention if I'm getting paid. That's the only way I will
Dang.
go.
And then you will never go.
That's why.
oh no, hell no. I
But
mean,
for a while I did. I would go and I think I was like the only performer that made money at a convention because everyone else was there spending money. I would go and do my signing, get my check, go back to the hotel. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm not doing an after party. People think you got to show your face to like stay relevant, and you don't. It does
No.
because for me, like I don't care about being relevant. I care about how much money I have at the end of every week. I don't care who knows
So
what.
so just so y'all know, I'm now in Texas, right?
hey Sal, I'm coming.
I was able myself to move from Florida to Texas without blinking an eye.
Mhm.
And it's no ding to nobody else that can't. However, at this age, there's way more important shit on my table than to go and be around motherfuckers I don't like
Mhm.
or that don't like me for whatever fucking reason they have in their head that they don't like.
Mhm.
It's crazy when you hear people that say they don't like you and you've never had a conversation with this person ever in life. You don't like me.
And
Why?
but because like I said, it's a click thing. It's a click thing. So you look at it like that, right? I've actually sat back when me and you talked about, you know, your transition and how you were gonna move. And what did I tell you? I said, yeah, bro, because I just, you know what I'm saying? I just moved into a whole new space. I got a lot more room, comfortable. I know personally right now 4 talents that got GoFundMe's, but they on Twitter and on Instagram twerking and talking money shit all fucking day.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they do. They really do. I don't know why. It's very strange to me. It's very, very strange to me because they'll be like, buy my course so I can teach you how to make money. And the next day they're like, can anyone cash at me 100 because I'm in a hotel and I can't buy dinner? And like, I don't know how you don't put two and two together and people still buy the course, but I've had,
Are they though, or are they just saying they're buying the course?
they're buying it. They're buying
Okay.
course. I actually just recently had a model tell me about a course she bought, and I said, she's literally on Facebook, like begging for money. I don't understand. I picked you up in my car. You know what kind of car I drive. You know that I came from my house on 30 acres that I own, that I bought. Like,
Talk
why?
that shit. Talk that shit, Bella.
Who you gonna listen? Who are you listening to? My car's paid off. Does that person even have a car? Who are you?
Right.
No. And
Right.
sometimes it feels like bragging about what I have, but at this point, it's like, no, I've been very
But
successful for a long time.
because the people that I don't mind bragging are the people that truly got it out the fucking mud. And the reason we brag is not because we're better than you. No, we made this shit happen.
From
We
nothing.
came from nothing and made this shit happen. Most people don't know. I didn't have a license. I didn't have a car. Had roommates. I was living in their like makeshift garage. Now I have my own spot. I went through 3 vehicles of mine. Went to the car dealership and was like, I just got a new car because I went to the car dealership because I wanted something new when I moved to Texas. Listen to me. I wanted something new when I moved to Texas. Walked to the lot, told him, run the figures. If the figure's good enough, I'll take it. No money down.
Mm-hmm.
Drove off the fucking lot.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll say, but you know what they'll say? You bragging. It's funny because heck, you know how long I've been pushing this cornbread shit. You know how long I've been pushing it. You know when I created it. You know how hard it was. I will tell you, I put so much money into merch that everybody's like, all this motherfucker do is wear his own shit. And I tell people all the time, if you don't trust your brand, and you don't wear your brand, you don't push your brand, you don't market and retail your brand, how the fuck somebody else gonna get it? Because they don't think, if you don't trust it, they definitely ain't gonna ever trust it. Mm-hmm. That's that thing that I keep telling people. You can't be mad at people who've done the legwork when all you want is a handout.
Yeah.
You can't. You and I both know, and Miss Bella, you do too. They're all over X. All over X. They talk cash shit all day. They post bullshit all day. But at the end of the day, the first thing when you go to their either OnlyFans or you go to either one of their sites, the first thing they say is, "Hey daddy, can you buy my lunch? Can you buy my coffee? Can I got a shower video that's 30 seconds. Can you spend $25? No. This ain't COVID times where everybody trapped in the
We
crib.
outside.
We got to get it out the mud. I've said this a million times. The reason why OnlyFans popped is because we were stuck in the house. And I said this on every podcast, everywhere I've been. I said, as soon as the world opened back up and the strippers are sucking dick for $50, OnlyFans is dead. Guess what happened?
It's definitely dying. I mean, a lot of people definitely, they haven't seen the signs. And the only reason most people are still on OnlyFans is because it's popular.
Convenient. Because it's convenient. It's a convenient thing. But like loyal fans is moving.
I wish they didn't. I keep mine up because I have a handful of people who probably forgot that they subscribed and
just keep running it up.
I don't even post very often. Every couple months, I'll be like, hey, if you're still here. The thing is, I have my own personal website, vendettaverse.com, that I can not even put most of that shit on OnlyFans anyway. And I'm happy to give anyone who subscribes to OnlyFans, sadly, a subscription over there. But, you know, it's not, they're subscribed to it because they like trust the brand. They think it's not going to fuck them over or something, even though if they did 10 minutes of research, they'd see. It's like,
I mean, if you look at it, ManyVids is doing the same shit now. ManyVids is pulling. They're hit. I mean, I was with ManyVids for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And one day they hit me with we don't have any 2257s from you and you didn't tag. So I started tagging everybody that was in the video. And like a week later, they were like, your account's gone. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck? I've been with you motherfuckers 10 years. Sent them an email and everything. And they were like, yeah, well, the new policy and the terms of service. I said, so y'all just change y'all terms of service whenever y'all want, right?
I mean, that's what they can do.
Got my own website.
Credit card companies change their terms of service with them. You know, it sucks because we blame the companies. I blame them because they don't handle it well. But truly, it's the credit card companies that call the shots on who can sell what. They get to decide what America.
Is it though? Because I mean, there's only so much. I believe initially, yes, it was the credit card company. But now I believe the companies know most of the people in this community is not going to do any due diligence not going to do any research, not going to really find out what the real deal is. So now all the companies have to do be like, the credit card companies, and we'd be like, yeah, I knew it. Yep, I knew it. And it's really the companies themselves sometimes.
Can prosecute them because of the 2257 laws, because of Sesta Fosta. And they can say at any time, well, you publish this and you don't have the records readily available. We're suing you. And it's that platform that will get sued, not the individual performer. That's what that law says. So that's why they're such hard asses about it and cracking down. And yes, many of them choose to kick off full service sex workers and escorts by saying that little fucking clause and screw over other people by saying that little clause. But the reality is that it's true. They can get sued for that shit.
So well, you brought up a good
Canada,
point, though.
Miniviz is in Canada, though. Miniviz isn't even in the United States. It's in Canada.
Are based in the US, so they have to abide by their stupid US laws. It really sucks.
So you made a good point. What do you think about the talent that now for clickbaits and clout are doing the most outrageous shit out in public, out on fucking school grounds, playgrounds, places where kids could be, XYZ? But I'll ask you first, what do you think about, because those are the people that I feel are partially to blame for all the hard things that's happening to us.
If people weren't setting up full service illegal dates on these sites, they wouldn't have to crack down on it. Okay, if we weren't doing dumb illegal shit like taking our clothes off in front of kids on a fucking playground and calling it a fetish, then they wouldn't have to worry about it. But people are doing that. They're pushing the envelope to get the clout as much as they can, not even worrying that they're going to fuck it up for everybody else in the game. They don't care.
I honestly, but he's done it so much.
Who is
that
he?
Is so. There's a certain performer. He's done it so much.
Oh,
he's done it so much. And at first we knew it was cap. It's always been cap. It's not even real. There's no real intercourse, right? It's been so much cap for so long. Because at first, I'm gonna be honest with you, when I seen that highway strip joint, I was like,
Atlanta?
I was like, I know they gonna bust him. I know they gonna bust him.
They bust her. She was more in the wrong than he was.
True, but the thing is, when I seen the library joint, and then I started seeing all this wild stuff, and I'm like, this is the reason why we get shamed. When the dude was on the slide in broad daylight, beating the left, I'm like, yo, this dude is jacking off. It's kids over here. When the girl was masturbating in front of the homeless dudes, I'm like, yo, you're gonna really get it so that we get smelled. That's why they're coming for us so hard, because of the disrespectful ones. Because they say one bad peach can spoil the whole damn bunch. And a lot of us ain't even peaches. We not even lemons or limes. We actually still hanging from the damn tree. We ain't even fell yet.
We ain't fall yet. Yeah.
We know if we fall down there, we fuck. Because all of these cats have created this unsafe environment for us to perform the way we truly want to perform.
And the sad thing is the fans see it and then they demand more. That's what they say.
Because you're feeding the monster. You're right.
Yes, exactly. Yes. We're telling, just like you were saying, how we tell people what music to listen to by bombarding them with this pop music and this shit music. It's the same with porn. Most people don't, like, whenever I speak, or I used to at least speak at many colleges and universities, and I would say, like, if you think the only porn that's being made is on Pornhub, you must think the only music being made is on the radio. Think how stupid that sounds. There's a whole industry out there that is not being pushed because people are smarter than that and they can make a fine living not being a part of that whole mess.
You have to look at the narrative that's created with that type of public act. They're desensitizing us.
Yeah.
Because if I can desensitize you to this and it becomes normal, just like pedophilia, they're trying to desensitize you to pedophilia because now it's going to become a normal. I say, nah, I'm cool. I already said it. There's not a time and a point where I want to be in a position to perform something knowing that it's 10 times unsafe. And this is permissible in court because now you have visual documentation.
Hey,
So
there's
if
there's
anybody ever wanted to push the issue on that person, bro, everything
Denmark.
is public. They could destroy that
Denmark.
dude.
Denmark is going through footage and pinpointing the public places that these performers are fucking at in Denmark, the country,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
pressing fucking charges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard
because
to
it's
pick
crazy.
one tree out of the next tree in the goddamn woods.
Well, they can do it now. I mean, let's be realistic. They can do that now. They have facial recognition software. They have AI. They have satellite freaking
Right.
technology. They can
But I
pinpoint.
mean, if you're fucking in the woods, the likelihood that people gonna really care, cool, because you're not in a technically public place. But you're fucking at a fucking restaurant. Come on, yo.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. Like
And the
you
craziest
really
thing,
said this was a great idea.
yeah.
Sad
So
thing that every day a new 18-year-old girl gets in the industry because she saw that and is like, oh, I could do one better. I can do it at this place. I can do that. They're not thinking about the long-term repercussions.
so actually, Starbucks and Target are actually suing that young lady who did that. Oh, they own her. Like they about to
Oh, because
blast her head clean the
you
fuck
fucking with
off
our
because
brand now.
they have her. She literally had their shit on, and yeah, it's going down. Like that's why you don't see that person much because they're in the legal lawsuit where they're about to get their ass toe off because you're playing with a brand. You're
Mhm.
playing with a brand that's a global brand, and you're saying this is acceptable, and they're going, well, no, we don't promote that.
Yeah.
But since you decided to wear our shit, let
We
us
got
show
you.
you that we about to smoke you.
Oh,
So yeah,
and our lawyers are built for this.
Mhm.
oh yeah, oh yeah, they built for it. So they about to smoke that person, and I mean, like, they probably gonna be on GoFundMe screaming and hollering, and they probably gonna do some jail time because that's defamation of a actual brand. You're doing some difficult, it's crazy. I just pay attention to the books and I stay away from certain things. That's why, uh, when me and Hectic met, we had a very long conversation. And as a matter of fact, anytime me and Hectic get around each other, we always politic about what we can do to stay out of the mix and consistently build on our brands. We don't want to be part of the in crowd because the in crowd is the problem.
Mhm.
The There are some agencies, booking agencies, that I personally say, if a talent wants to book your talent, why would you prevent them from making money? And then they go, well, that's my cash cow. But if that's your cash cow, why are you stopping them from getting cash?
It's the same thing with a husband or a boyfriend or a manager. If I got cash money for this girl to come and perform this act in this time, you're going to be like, no, hold up. And mind you, there's situations where if a person's unsafe and all that, I get all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get all that. But this is a booking where they're going to come, get their money, do the service, and be out. And you're going to tell them, nah, because I don't like them.
You know what it is? I think I think everyone has their goat, right? Everyone has their certain untouchable. But money makes people untouchable. Money makes people that are untouchable touchable. You say, okay,
Especially in
no, you
porn
can't.
now.
Yeah. So you say, nah, you can't book her for 800. Okay, I got 15. What's up? What's the conversation? Because my mind state is, if we're going to do business, we don't have to barter the negotiation. If you come one way and I come this way, shut up. Let's get this work done, and then I'll send it back to you. As long as it's tested, proper, professional, videographers, paperwork, and a video verification that this is safe work, we should never have a problem.
So you bring up shit. Do you feel? I'll start with you first, Alfonso. Then I go to Bella. Do you feel porn stars are too easily accessible?
When you say porn stars, I'm talking about actual performers. I ain't talking about prostitutes and motherfuckers that's just slanging pussy with 100,000
Whatever,
followers that brought their fans.
however you want to define that term, do you feel like they're too easily accessible? And then I will answer my little spin after y'all answer yours.
Yes,
Explain.
money makes the world go round. It's that simple. And um, they'll do anything for notoriety and validation. So they'll if you go viral and your numbers go up, you can pretty much touch them. It's that easy. I mean, you could be broke as shit one day and then pop off on TikTok, and now you're in every TikTok video with her because she's following the trend. So she's 10 times more accessible. I just believe that they're easier to touch when something positive happens and money's involved, 10 times easier to touch.
Bella?
I mean, yeah, I think all sex workers are too accessible at this point. Like, social media kind of made us lose the plot on that one, you know, like it used to be that I would go on Twitter and be like, my new movie's out, buy it here. And I'm wearing yellow underwear today. And now it's like, my boyfriend broke up with me and my heat is off. And like all of your personal shit is all over the place. And they know the fantasy's gone. It's completely ruined at that point. You know, I made a conscious decision a few years ago to actually put less of myself. Like it's hard right now to find a recent naked picture of me online for free. You got to subscribe. And people would think that that makes my money go down, but it makes my money go up. I'm less accessible and my money goes up. I do not do money. I don't even do custom videos anymore. I find great joy in saying no to that. No, I've shot over 300 scenes in my career. You can see them all here. If there's nothing you like, find another model. I'm not the one for you. I'm not a posable doll that's here to be whatever you want me to be. I'm one of a kind. Like, you subscribe to the site, you see the shit, but I'm not here to like talk. I'm not going to chat with you. We're not texting. I don't do any of that shit. I don't do that shit.
So
I like Bella, man.
Yeah,
I like Bella.
I knew when I had her and you said yes, I knew it was going to be a great conversation. So I will definitely say yes as well. I remember when you had the Jenna Jamesons, the Cherokees, the old school. You couldn't see them everywhere.
No.
You either had to be on some movie premiere and they happen to be walking by or something of that magnitude, right? Like they weren't, you couldn't reach out and grab it. Now with the way things have blurred, how lines have blurred, a lot of models, a lot of porn stars will charge an indie producer crazy amount of money for a scene, but charge $100-$200 for a quick visit with this wrangly dingly dude over here. When it, in my opinion, business wise, it doesn't necessarily have to be the other way around. But if I have a female fan that wants to fuck me, I already got you. So why am I going to say, yeah, $200? No, hey, slide me that $1,500. If you really want me, slide me that $1,500.
I mean, it's like a twofold problem because part of it is that the customers have really gotten very cheap, and that's our own fault for training them that way.
Because I was about to say that. Cheap people only are cheap when someone has showed them a cheap option.
Yep, that's right. It's
Mm.
true online. It's true in the club. It's 100% true.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people. Like when you do that shit, my heat is off. Can you cash at me? Anyone who cash apps me 100 gets all 50 of my videos. Like you're attracting the worst possible customer this industry has to offer, and you're detracting the great customers who are out there and they exist. I don't want to be here talking shit about all customers.
Right.
I have great customers,
Right.
They've been with me for a long time in my career, and that's because I've treated it like a professional. That's what they like. They don't need to know about which way I'm voting. They don't need to know about any of
Yo,
it, really.
yo, that's yeah.
But you know
Wow.
what? And I think I'll take a hit on that too. I think the one thing that makes us more accessible or sociable is I decided that I would start doing training videos. And I know you've probably seen a few of them, heck. But that's
That's a
not
little
letting you in.
different though.
Yeah, but that's not letting you into my life. That's
Yeah,
showing you that
a
I'm
glimpse.
preparing. I'm showing you a glimpse of what I do to prepare to stay in shape to do what I do because this is about business.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying, yo, I see him in the gym, I see him shooting, I see him working, he's serious about what
That's right.
he does. I'm giving you a glimpse of what it takes to actually be a part of this industry as well. Because if you're not conditioned in a certain way, you're not going to be around long.
No. And being part
You're
of this
gonna burn
industry, you
out.
have to be multi-dimensional, and you have to show. I mean, what people like about me is that I'm me, right? I'm not just like little fuck doll. Yes, do me, daddy. Buy my coffee, daddy. Like I'm a real person, and
That really grinds your gear. I love that.
I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. Not my flavor. And you know why I don't love it? Because there was a point in time where I could not love it, and that was okay. But now people approach me like that. Oh, you need a daddy? No, the fuck, no. No, I don't need you to be my fucking daddy. I've been in this industry longer than you can fucking even imagine. Like, no, I don't need a daddy. Oh, don't worry about me. I was just in Hustler 2 months ago. You don't need to see how many followers I had. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. I don't need no daddy. I don't need a sugar daddy. I don't need some like man to come save me from this life or something. Like I'm doing great. But because people have trained them to approach us like that, they are very comfortable sliding into a DM talking like that.
No,
And they're
100%.
disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Listen,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. If you see my template is very professional. Hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. Blah 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 blah. This is my links. Da, da, da. I sent this to a porn star that I wanted to work with. Sent the email. She comes back with, yeah, it'd be 200 for a quick visit, 300 for a half hour, 400 for blah 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 blah. Excuse me, ma'am. I think our wires got crossed. Um, no, I would like to work with you. I like to book you for a pro am shoot. Da, da, da. Oh, it'd be $1,000.
oh, bye. Oh, you done? Oh, hell no! Quick visit. Man, all right, bet. Listen, My scene bust down is like what 30 minutes. That's a quick visit. Bet, I got this 200. Let's get it. Fuck that. And if you come at me with that after that, right? So if you say quick visit 200, my bust down on the scene is about an hour. So if a quick visit is like 200 and the regular hour is like 400, we cut right there, right? So now my presentation in response to that is no problem. These are my parameters of me sending you this amount of money because now this is a professional transaction.
Mm-hmm.
No more conversation. You can't say, "Oh no, I'm not prepared." Oh, no. Because your response was quick visit, regular visit, overnight visit. I know what it is. This is the amount. Well, if we're gonna be shooting porn, I'm gonna need no. You said if I pay this amount,
I
this is
get
what
this.
we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to stick to the parameters now because you can't transition that from a quick visit. You just gave me a totally different price.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not gonna go. When they do
So
that, I get rid of them.
So that's
No.
why I definitely feel porn stars are too easily accessible. It's cheaper to slide in between you with no camera on than it is to put a camera on.
Mhm.
And you know why?
And
I'll
and
tell you
and
why.
and the
No makeup,
fans and the
no work.
fans and the tricks now know this because y'all openly talk about all this stupid shit on fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
All day too. They don't pump no brakes on it. They talk about it all fucking day.
Yeah. Oh, this dude, he just ran off and I was gonna give him the best pussy of his life and da, 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 da.
Yeah, and they talk shit about the customers, and then they talk shit about their own lives, and then they talk shit about the platforms, and like it's their fault that they're not making the money, not realizing correlation. Like when I say we lost the plot with social media, like it, if you're a business, the social media exists to promote you. Every tweet you make is an advertisement,
Mm-hmm.
advertising that you're broke and depressed and on medicine and that you have a boyfriend. Why do I know what your boyfriend's name is? Like
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. As soon as a girl be like, my man, ill. I actually
Go.
no. So there was actually. I'm gonna tell you the story, and then we gotta close out, right? Because this is phenomenal. I definitely gotta have y'all back on together again,
Oh yeah, I love
right?
Bella. Bella's dope, bro.
So I was gonna work with this model, and everything was copacetic. She had a manager. She found out that wasn't going to be conducive to what she needed to do. Cool, she got rid of him. So me and her were in talks. I was like, okay, cool, you know. And then she started posting this hideous of a hillbilly-ish looking man that she was quote unquote dating. And I was like, ew, I'm good on you. I don't
and
want to
don't
see
you know
you.
customers felt the same way when they saw that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. And then she's like, we want you still, you don't want to shoot with me no more. I'm like,
No.
good. I'm good. Cause I see what fucking you for free.
Hey, you be killing me, bro, because you be all in my head, bro. You be that's why I am so against the gremlins getting all of this fucking clout. Because you cannot say the handsome motherfucker gotta give you this double back money when this gremlin is fucking you for free. How can you even how can you even wrap your head around the fact that you fucking the gremlin because you want to be the focal point? But when the handsome man comes around, it's, well, I need 15.
Yeah.
15 what? I'm not, nah, I'm cool. Go ahead. And that's why I say we have the opportunity to delete and erase people out of our stratospheres very fast. If I see you with a gremlin or I see you with that motherfucker that look like Alien or Predator, and then you come at me with that 1500, you're done. You don't even respect me, and you definitely didn't respect yourself posting that shit online and thinking it was good looking
Listen,
because that shit was wrong.
I'm to the point now. We know the quote unquote producers that don't pay,
All of them.
right?
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you shoot with them
I dare
and
you
then
come
come
at
to
me about a
me
number.
and talking about blah blah blah, no, I'm not paying you that.
Your ass is done. But you notice that, like you said, you notice that a lot of these big time heavy hitters are now screaming and hollering for the wolf
Mhm.
because
Mm.
they were following the sheep for so fucking long that the wolf done crept up on their ass and they still sheep over there and they're going, oh shit, the money is gone. Woof, woof, woof. And we're going, we don't give a fuck no more. You've been
I'm
following
good.
these sheep for the longest. You clickbait with them. You climbing with them. Go ahead. We good. Ain't no
You have
motherfucking money over here.
no tangible business work to me anymore.
Nah,
And that's what
none.
I tell people. There are two distinct differences. There is self worth You can feel however the fuck you want to feel about yourself. Kudos to you that you have high self-esteem. And then there's business work. And oftentimes those two do not go together.
Nope.
And I tell people, and it's crazy because Bella, I'm sure you've had this where a model's told you this is my rate, and you're like, but you haven't done anything. Do you have a portfolio? Do you have a brand? Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? Have you done that? And all them answers, all them questions are no. Right? Then you say, okay, well, now it's no longer beneficial for me to do this with you. However, if you still want to do it, you now have to pay me.
Here's my
blah,
rate.
blah, blah.
Yes.
Right?
I always say I'll answer the same questions. Sure, I'll tell you how long I've been doing it, the last time I was published, the stats on my website, how many unique visitors I had this week. I'll tell you all of it.
And they still find a reason to not pay you your work, your business work.
Oh yeah. Because your portfolio can be as dynamic, as diverse, as open, and they'll see your portfolio compared to their portfolio and feel that they're doing you a service for working with you.
Yes.
Even though your portfolio is wild, ridiculous. I say being a model that's published, runway, being a musician with multiple albums and music videos, then being an adult entertainer with multiple awards, nominations, and credits. Why wouldn't you want to work with me compared to Slick Dick Andy over here that only got 100 followers? It just don't make no value sense.
Too is though that people in this industry, I don't know why it's so accepted to not do your research on people, like to not know who came before you and to not know the history of the entire industry and every other genre of work. That's something that's very important, but we don't do that in the adult industry. You know, I just moved, like I said, and I had a final studio gallery show at my studio, and one of the models stayed after, who I've worked with several times. And as I'm leaving, I'm like, yeah, if you can help me carry something down the car, much appreciated. And she picks up a box and she's like, what's this, a DVD? Is that you? I'm like, yeah, that's a whole box of DVDs that I'm on the cover of. Those are just the ones I'm on the cover. You've been on a cover of a DVD? I'm like, how do you not know this about me? Why were you listening to me tell you advice and you don't even know what I've done, you know?
Versus I've had fans meet me on the red carpet, unbeknownst to me, and was like, oh my God, I've been dying to meet you. Like, I've been following you since, and they could tell me this fucking photo that I totally forgot anything about that took fucking 8 years ago that, in my opinion, is garbage. But the people in the industry look at you and be like, who are you? What you're following? You're nobody. And you'll be like, versus me go to a convention floor and all the heavy hitters know who I am. I did this and they were like, yo, I didn't realize how many people you knew.
Oh, now they want to work with you though, right?
Oh yeah, you the shit now. You the shit. Or this is one that heck he can vouch for this. Or you do amazing work for a producer that a girl has been chasing for so long that when she finds out that it's you, now she's your best friend because she wants an opportunity to work with that producer. And she didn't know that the producer gave you great accolades and gave all of this positivity about you, and you still would go, oh, I didn't know. How you not do your research on the people that want to work with you or you're attempting to work with? It boggles the mind.
Yeah. Or you send them a reference and they like, so who have you worked with? I sent it to you already. As soon as someone asks me questions that I already sent them, I'm good. Yes. I'm good on you. All right. So we're going to wrap this up. This has been, you know what? There's a segment that's called Name That State where I ask fucking weird ass questions and you have to pick what state it's from. That I had that planned, but this conversation was flowing so well that we'd do it another time, right?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Um, all right. So, ladies first. I don't want to misgender you. My
It's late. It's all good.
bad. All right, Miss Bella, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you, projects that you have coming up, if you want to divulge that kind of stuff. This is your moment to shine.
Yeah, so it's Bella Vendetta on pretty much every single social media platform you could imagine. My website is vendettaverse.com, and that's where I post everything from my 20 plus year career in this industry, things I've directed and produced, things I've starred in, my writing, interviews, it all goes there. And treasurecams.com is the webcam studio, if that interests you, either as a customer, because we have a really solid group of dedicated performers who take this very seriously as a job. And if you're a performer interested in getting on cam and having great representation with really, really great opportunities for press, treasurecams.com is the one for you. We have models making 6 figures a year, a lot of them. We take money very seriously over here.
I like that. I like that. Go ahead, Zoe.
I am Alphonso Layz. I have cornbreadinc.com. That is the website. You will find multiple um, episodes from season 1 all the way to season 14. Right now, I am working on my second Alphonso Layz album called In the Eyes of Greatness. And I'm about to get ready to shoot a video for Isolation and Spit Game within the next week or so. That'll be able to be found on the website as well. And if you're looking for any of the music, you can find me at ODUBBY on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere else. And you can find me at OW33 on YouTube.
All
And
right.
if you're looking for fashion shows, I will be performing and walking in the fashion show in Maryland called Into Desires. That is going to be November 16th. And then you will find me at Winter Wonderland in Richmond, Virginia, December 15th, lead male model.
All right. So, and I'm your gracious host, Hectic from Hectic Desires. You could just Google me and shit'll pop up. I want to leave you with something. I know this segment might have came off where we're disgruntled or whatever the case may be, but I don't really think any of that. I just think that we have seen a time where something that we truly love, the art that we truly give a fuck about, gets so morphed and changed and you know it's no longer the thing that we used to love. It no longer represents the image that we kind of enjoyed when we first got in here. So that's where a lot of us are coming from. We still do it clearly. We're all still in some capacity, form, shape, still in the industry. We just looking at different options now because it is what it is. So keep those close that are supposed to keep you close. Be loyal to those who are loyal to you. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. And just live your life to the fullest. And with that,